And that's when I realised I wasn't at A&E. I was at B&Q. And we're live.
You are now listening to Radio Rufus.
Welcome back, guys. Let's get into it.
You can't curse.
Oh, you can't? Yeah, you can't, sorry. Welcome back to another brilliant episode.
I thought you were about to drop the filthiest wagwan of all time there.
Oh, really? Yeah, you thought. No, I will do that. When we finally get a GOC on, guest of colour.
Okay, yeah.
I will hit a filthy wagwan.
Good to see.
And just see how they respond.
Nice one.
But we don't have a guest of colour on today. That's a spoiler. Not yet, unless he's rapidly changed in the last 3 minutes. But I don't know.
The jury's still out.
Jury's still out. But anyway, welcome back to Radio Rufus. This is where Aidan Rafferty, the man who answers the question, what if a 70s criminal was also a bricklayer? He produces the show. He's here every week. He's not a guest, even though some people do think he is. And I just can't find anyone to do it.
And also, some people apparently think I have Down syndrome, as a comment in the last episode informed me.
You've been accused of having Down syndrome?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I'd been hiding it well, but apparently not.
Right, okay. But is it like, are you like, you know, Robert Downey Jr. in that film pretending to be a black guy?
No, I'm not pretending to be anything. It's just someone in the comment section was like, I can't tell if Aidan has Down syndrome or not, which is a first.
Well, if they can't tell, then you probably don't, right?
Good point, actually, yeah.
It's like if you need to ask if something's illegal, it probably is. You know, it's the same. It's the same principle.
Yeah.
But he's always here. I'm always here. I'm the eloquent, debonair, suited and booted host of this goddamn show. Rufus Rice. Hello, Rufus Rice. It's the latest and greatest in news, sports, games from around the week, every week. It's a typical radio show with a vintage twist. That's right, because we are like schnitzels. I don't really know. How do they cook them? Deep fry them.
Deep frying. Yeah.
We are like schnitzels deep frying in the beautiful oil of our lovely vintage 60s studio. That's right. And sometimes it's not just us. We also have a guest. And today's guest is seasoned comedy veteran, legend of the stand-up scene, writer, actor, and professional marksman, Al Nash. Welcome to the studio, Al. Yeah, baby.
Hey, lads.
Good to have you here, Al.
Easily the tallest guest in podcast history.
The first time I've ever had to adjust the cameras.
I don't know. I'm not sure about widest, because Aidan will give you a run there. This man's got childbearing hips.
I have to say, I've been, not to look behind the curtain too much, I've been listening out of the studio.
Yeah.
And I was wondering today how we would kind of connect. And I get accused. Is accused the right word? Probably not. People think I have Down syndrome all the time. Honestly, I would go as far to say every single video I put out, I mean, I shouldn't encourage this, but it's a comment I get all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Who do you think looks like they have it more?
I get accused of having autism, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
so we all get something.
Right, well,
Yeah.
which accusation has the most legs, would you say?
I mean, I can see where they're coming from. with me, I mean, like, I've got a bit of a lazy eye, which is called strabismus.
But I don't think that's a symptom of Down.
It's called...
It's not. Right? Yeah.
Would you say it's called a what?
It's called strabismus.
That's like
having a lazy
that's
eye.
a shop my girlfriend always makes me go to.
Strabismus.
Oh, that's Stradivarius.
Yeah.
That's a bit like this ginger kid at my school.
Yeah.
As a sort of defense mechanism, because people were making fun of him for being ginger. I guess his mum told him to say no, it's reddish gold. Which obviously you take the piss out of him for saying
Yeah.
that.
Especially when he said, "My mum told me to tell you."
Yeah, I think you like sort of rebranding the lazy eye as thrombosis or whatever you said.
I kept calling. Well, I found out it's called strabismus because some guy DM'd me from America just saying like, "Hey man, I just want to say like it's great to see someone else with strabismus like doing their thing." And I was like, "F is strabismus?" Sorry. I had to Google it. I was like, "Oh, it's that." And then I was like, "Oh, no worries, man. It's happy to help, whatever."
But he's treating it as if it like means you can't or shouldn't be operating at this level.
He told me a really sad story, which was basically like I used to do acting. I went to like acting college, and I managed to get myself a small part in this like student film. And then I got on set, and just as they about to start shooting, the director was like, "Whoa. Can we sort what's going on with the eye? Can we sort that out?" And he was like, "Oh no, I can't." And he was like, "Right, let's cut there." And they just cut him out of the film. And then he quit acting.
Was the part for a notoriously straight
Straight eyes, yeah.
Yeah.
It must have been. I feel sorry for him, but it's a lot of pressure to kind of fly the flag of strabismus, supposedly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm sorry to laugh at that. It's just a funny word.
no, it's fine. It's a very funny word. It is a very funny word.
Right. So, I think you hold the record. I'm not sure if you hold this record, but you look like sort of Indiana Jones with strabismus right now.
Yeah. That's what I was going for.
With that hat.
Yeah.
You have 40,000 TikTok followers.
Yeah.
But you've only got 14 videos. So that's got to be one of the greatest ratios in TikTok history, I would have thought.
It's pretty insane. Yeah. It's gone a bit mad,
Yeah.
which is just good fun. But yeah.
Per pound, you're packing a punch there, you've got to say. Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
trying. Yeah.
What would you say is a more prestigious achievement? Making an appearance on the world's #1 cookery podcast?
Yeah.
Or being a runner-up for the Knobs Prize?
The Knobs Prize. Yeah, I came second in that. Yeah.
What is that? It isn't a Knobs-based prize.
No, it's a sitcom writing competition.
Writing thing.
Where they basically promise you the world and give you no opportunities after.
Really?
Yeah, there's a bit of bitterness there.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
fine.
Is it like sort of X Factor?
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit like that.
yeah.
I actually applied for X Factor. Bit of a mad lad. I got drunk and applied, and then I thought, "Fuck it, I'll just actually go. That'll be a funny thing to do." And it's
Right.
like it's one of those things that's like, "This is really funny." Then after an hour, you're like, "Still queuing," but when I get in there, it'll be a nice little story.
They would have loved.
After hour 5, after Dermot came, they did the whole like helicopter crane shot. Woo! And after 5 hours of standing in the pissing rain, I was like, I'm just gonna go home. So I just
Oh, you didn't even make it?
no.
at all?
I went to the Natural History Museum and just had a gay old time, and then just went home.
So can you sing?
I can sing, yeah. I'm not going to necessarily for you now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm blessed with a really beautiful singing voice. I'm not ashamed to
Okay,
say that.
right.
Makes one of us.
Yeah.
Did
Well,
you-
I think
did you-
they made up for the kind of the downs.
Did
look.
you
It's sort of-
serenade that big whale in the Natural History Museum afterwards?
No, I don't seem to recall I did.
No, that's a shame.
Yeah.
I would have gone next door to the chip shop or something and sung to those guys.
They would have loved the strabismus sob story on the panel.
That's true.
Yeah,
You would have
they
gone down
would.
the tree.
No,
With the history.
Yeah.
The history of the strabistry. You know. So I know a guy with a wonky eye,
Yeah.
but it's different because he got he got slide tackled so hard playing football it dislodged,
Jesus
As it
Christ.
came out the socket.
and then now I don't know what happened, but now it's wonky.
Yeah.
And I said to him one of the first times I met him, and it's good that he's the sort of guy where this goes down well.
Yeah,
I was like, do you have like an extended field of view?
Yeah.
Like, do you have a big perspective? Because now you're not only looking straight, you're also sort of looking over there as well. And he was like, no, I actually see less because it's damaged.
Yeah. I think does his go out or in?
His goes out.
I think that's worse. I don't want to cause a rift within the strabismus community. But I think mine goes slightly in.
Right.
So it's like, it's a little bit of like if I talk to you for a while, after a while, I'll be like, oh. So right now, for example, I feel like this one is a bit maybe? Or is this one in?
In my opinion, it's the other one.
Okay.
Look at me a second. I don't think it's that noticeable.
Yeah,
No,
but it's noticeable enough that you're like, oh, okay. Like I've MC'd gigs before and been like, so I'll chat to you, and then we like me,
Right. Okay,
and then it just
yeah.
kills any level of flow.
Well, yeah, we don't want to break up the strabismus.
So I'm very deliberately looking at both of you when I talk, so you know.
Yeah, right. Yeah. This is like the great type 1, type 2 diabetes beef of
Yeah.
2017.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations also on your sideline. We found out about your secret career as well. We did a bit of digging.
Yes.
And you're also a Yemeni football coach.
Am I?
Yeah.
You
I didn't
are?
know your full name was Sami Al Nash.
Is it Al Nash like that? Yeah. I get that a lot. People email me being like, "Hey, Al Nash."
I think you're a
it's-
football club.
Yeah.
Sami
Yeah.
Football Club. Yeah. So you managed the Yemen national football team.
Yeah.
Leading them to an unbeaten 2 wins and 6 losses in
It's not a bad race.
staggering 0.7 goals per game. So that is fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know,
It does say in this profile you died in 2021. So sorry about that.
that's okay. That's okay.
Of COVID, of all things.
My legacy speaks for itself. Did I have COVID?
Yeah.
That's sad.
So you may get your vaccines booked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not good.
Maybe they can bring you back.
Yemen's been crying out, or Yemen's been crying out ever since.
Yeah. Right, the football team's in disarray.
Are they like a San Marino level of like they never win?
I think they've got bigger problems than
Okay.
football.
Okay. Yeah. Fair.
I think after you solve the famine,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
we can start with the football.
Yeah. A bit
But-
more tactical now. So yeah. Okay.
Now they're very loose. Ever since the Civil War started, the tactics have gone out the window. There's no structure. That the coaching stuff has gone to. All right, let's start off with our first segment now. Not news coming at you, and it's big news for kink shamers. Are you a big kink shamer?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hate it.
What's the worst kink?
Yeah.
Probably the Kinks, the band.
The Kings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
dog
yeah,
shit.
yeah. You hate them.
Um,
Be the Beatles.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Lola.
Oh yeah.
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 There's a big debate about whether that's
I was gonna say
transsexual
in
anthem.
this day and age, I think that's a
Like
big
if you
claim to
read
make.
That's why I like it.
between the lyrics, there's sort of early trans vibes in that.
Ah.
As in pro or anti.
As in Lola might be a transsexual.
And Lola's their auntie.
Yeah, that's the song, right?
Is that's I thought people didn't know that.
No, I think that's a new theory. I think
Yeah,
it's
I didn't
pretty
know that.
explicitly.
You didn't know that.
No,
No.
Yeah.
I was just enjoying the lyrics.
Like people speculated that she might be a man or not or something, right?
Yeah, that's the song. I think I'm showing my age here. The point of the song is that
Yeah, but
she's a man.
I know that, but
Yeah.
you also know that.
Yes.
So now, but you didn't.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think you're framing it as like this is kind of new theory. They've combed over the lyrics.
There's,
but
there's
it's-
this indie band, the
Yeah.
Monkeys.
Ah,
I'm not
okay,
sure if you
yeah.
guys heard it. Yeah. Well, it's a new theory in my opinion.
Okay.
Because it is.
Yeah.
A Scottish furry festival is taking place in Glasgow. So ScotiaCon first started in 2011, and almost 15 years later, these freaky foxes are going at it. But they're also giving interviews. So this is an interview with Fennec Firefox, who's named himself after a brown.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
He's a man dressed as a large furry orange fox with blue hair and a flame-tipped tail, who says that in his normal life he's a very shy person. My persona is like a superhero.
Persona.
Like a dumb
I
like-
love that.
That's
I
brutal.
love that.
My persona is like a superhero cape. When I put my fox head on, the person I am is gone. He does not exist. It's sort of like Superman taking off the glasses.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Glasgow isn't somewhere I thought would have been a hotspot for this sort of
This
activity.
is what I was thinking. Yeah.
I was thinking it got to be Brighton.
Yeah.
Got-
I've seen a lot of it at Brighton Pride. There's people walking about tailed up. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't have
But
ever
the thing
thought
is,
the
that's not
Glaswegians.
even really a convention. They're doing it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean if you're wearing a tail that it is it a butt plug?
I think it can be, but it doesn't have to be.
Right, okay.
I think they're not all sexual though. I'm sure you'll go into this, but like.
Well, yeah, they're good. Yeah, that's a sort of slant they try to put
Okay.
in
Cool.
this interview.
Try and put it. Yeah.
Try being the operative word.
Yeah.
He pauses for a minute to have a long hug with his best friend Rock, who is he's dressed as a giant red and black dog.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. This year's convention is the largest in the UK, with 1,700 attending.
Wow.
It features events such as a casino night, an art auction, a rave, and a wine and cheese reception.
What are they gambling? Like fucking bones or something?
Yeah. How are they having wine and cheese?
Biscuit.
How are they cutting a brie with that big paw?
How are you going to get it in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you reckon there's much of a crossover with the Glaswegian Fairies and the average supporter of like or Rangers or Celtic?
Yeah, you fox or rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
can't imagine
Oh, do
that.
you think there's like an old firm derby between the foxes and the dogs? That's what we're trying to say. So it goes back. It's got political ties. Just like that.
yeah. I don't think wearing a tail to an old firm game would be a wise move.
Yeah,
though.
no.
No.
You get found out soon.
Yeah, very quickly.
I'd say an unbelievable coincidence. There were two people dressed as like sort of anime things on the train today.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but I have no idea what it was because the only anime I know is Pokemon, and I don't think that counts.
No. That's very much entry level.
What about Yu-Gi-Oh? Is
I
Yu-Gi-Oh?
don't know. I know I look like someone who would be into anime,
We
but no,
just
I just have no idea. No, again,
What's your favorite episode of Attack on Titan?
never seen it.
I don't
I was very
believe
much like a Pokemon.
I actually think
Digimon.
out of the three of us, you're the biggest anime guy.
That's not true at all.
Yeah.
Well, I did like Yu-Gi-Oh, so maybe that does make me the biggest anime guy.
Yeah, I've never seen an episode of you. It's a TV show, right? I'm really showing
It
my
is,
level
it
of
is.
knowledge here. It's
I thought it was a card game.
It is also a card game.
Yeah.
Same as Pokemon.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
But that's also a video. Maybe Yu-Gi-Oh is also a video game.
It was. I had it in the Game Boy back in the day.
Oh, you are a weeb. We're uncovering the weeb.
I'm sitting on my tail so you boys can't see it.
The convention does host sexual events such as writing furry erotica, which I guess is some kind of like English class workshop. The organizer of the event is a guy called Jeremy Smith,
Yeah.
and he insists that furries are, quote, badly represented in the media and that fetishism is not part of the furry identity. We are one of the most misrepresented communities, and always in a negative way. It's just a hobby. It's no difficult to an anime convention or Comic-Con. Now, what I would say about that is I think those other things are sexual things as well.
What, Comic-Con?
Yeah, like I think people getting
Depends on who you're dressing up as. If you're dressing up as like the fucking three-titted alien from Total Recall, that's sexual. But if you're putting on a cape and pretend you're Superman, I don't think that's sexual.
Nah, but people are never doing that.
I still think it's weird.
Yeah.
Well, to each their own, I suppose. But I definitely have less time for furries than I do Batman.
Right.
What's it? Again, show my ignorance. What's it based on? Are these like characters from something?
They make their own characters up, I think.
That's another
Okay.
thing. They're just an animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any animal.
But they'll be like a customizable animal. So like Firefox earlier had like a blue tail, didn't she?
Blue hair, flame tail, red dog.
Obviously, my instinct is to judge these people, but I
Yeah.
think like, by the grace of God, that could have been me. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I'd have lost my virginity maybe 5 years later than I did,
Right.
I think that could have been easily me.
Yeah.
What animal would you like to be?
A bear. I'd have been a bear for sure.
Big bear,
Big bear. Yeah.
brown bear,
Yeah.
grizzly guy.
A little kind of tipped tail, like blue tail, maybe like a little pink tail or something. Yeah.
Okay.
See, you're smiling. The more you think about it, the more you're like, what would I be?
Yeah. Well, I think we've got to go around this.
Yeah.
I think you'd be a squirrel.
Why have I got to be
Yeah,
a-
you've got squirrel energy.
Yeah.
The squirrels are like annoying little rodents.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I will go as the what are the extinct ones? I'll be one of those because then I can prance around the place being like,
You can be a dodo.
no, the extinct squirrels, you mug.
Red squirrels?
Red squirrels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be one of those, and I'll prance around the place like, even in the real life, my kind is rare.
I might be a grey squirrel just to hate crime me again.
Yeah, you'd eat me
Yeah.
in a non-fetish way.
No fetishes at all.
Yeah. This is a sentence I love. Inside the convention hall, an octopus and a parrot casually drink a glass of wine together.
See, doesn't that sound lovely? Doesn't that sound lovely?
If you don't have to dress up, you can just do that anyway.
Yeah. And again, how is that octopus holding a glass of wine?
Wow, he's
They can only eat
surely
glasses
that's
of wine.
that's
Eight glasses,
the-
yeah.
How's the parrot doing? it?
Yeah.
You have to respect how much they're actually taking advantage of their free will, though.
Yeah.
Because like in the evening, I'll sit, maybe watch a Netflix show, maybe play PlayStation,
Yeah.
dinner, go to bed.
Yeah.
These fuckers are out drinking wine with octopuses.
Apparently, these costumes are like not cheap as well.
Because I've watched a few furry weddings in my time.
Have you?
Yeah.
Right.
And they're very well put together. Not cheap.
Thousands. Apparently, people spend thousands.
And for a ring, they use a dog collar.
No.
They do, yeah. They just sort of slot it on.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a lot.
that's a bit.
Yeah.
That's a bit icky.
Because I understand, like, are you aware of like bronyism?
Yeah.
Bronies.
People who like My Little Pony. A
Sure,
lot.
a lot. Yeah. But at least for me, that's based on something that exists in real life.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Whereas the thing that with fairies that confuses me is just sort of like you just love
What is it based on?
animals.
Just
or-
get a cat,
yeah,
Because like,
but don't fuck
you
it.
know,
yeah,
some people love Harry Potter, so you dress up as Harry Potter.
yeah.
But do you love Blue Dog?
No.
That I don't know.
And what's like the mental motivation behind it? Is it just like you can return to that
Well,
like childlike state?
I think
or,
no, I
like-
think it's like people who are shy, you know, who feel like they don't fit into the regular bounds of society. I think this is a place where they can just not, they don't be themselves. You know, they can be whoever they like.
People used to just dye their hair and cut themselves,
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now they're
and it was much simpler back then.
Yeah.
and cheaper.
stick
Crucially.
on Black Parade and
Yeah,
paint your
yeah.
nails black.
Yeah,
Is this the new emo?
I think it might be.
might be.
Right.
Yeah.
In Singapore, you're not allowed to be an emo, so that's where I grew up.
Yeah.
And alternative expression is just illegal,
Of any kind.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Singapore. That's like it's like outside.
So
it's like a utopia. But if you actually live there, it's-
legalized bum stuff
Yeah.
in 2021,
Uh-huh.
and I remember it well because like he announced it like it's gay sex, we're not gonna criminalize it anymore. And then everyone stood up and reported like it was a huge step forward, huge progressive step forward.
Yeah.
Because for Singapore, that relatively is. It's a country where you're still not allowed to chew gum. So
I was going to say that's quite
that's
notable, the gum
classic-
thing, right? Yeah.
classic one. And it is true. You had to smuggle that in.
Yeah.
So like my roommates at school would be smuggling it in like Pablo Escobar. I got a drug.
But it's
night.
just fucking Wrigley's extra.
Extra, yeah.
They'd be acting like the Wolf of Wall Street. It's great.
He's like, anyone want a bump?
I take one juicy fruit in the morning to wake me up, one to put me back to sleep. An extra because it's awesome. So this is the quote from Rock, the red and black German Shepherd.
Yeah.
You probably know a furry and don't realise it because we're just everywhere, says Rock. I know a professor who runs a science department in a London university. Now that can't be that many people.
No, that really
So
can't.
he's really out
Yeah.
of it. A nuclear space technician and a businessman who runs a chain of upmarket bakeries. So that's Mr.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Is it Mr. Is it Gale? Is it for Gale?
It
from
must
Gales?
be Gale. Yeah.
Could be.
Has
Yeah.
to be.
Who do you reckon out of all of our guests is most likely to do this in their spare time? Because I've got an answer straight away.
Go on.
Isaac HP is definitely a fairy.
That's He's
Yeah.
the sort of guy that does want to have his ball sack stretched over a lamp.
Yeah.
Like, he really is. Yeah. But the thing is, he'd be so. I think we'd know because he's so open about that kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah, he'd ask us to like feel his tail or something like that, just in casual conversation.
Would you go to this event, like even kind of ironically?
Thing is, I don't want to go there and just take the piss.
This is
Yeah,
it. This is it.
that's-
I think.
And I wouldn't enjoy this.
Okay.
That's okay. People
Yeah.
have different hobbies.
Yeah.
This is not for me.
Yeah.
Were you not telling me you used to be the dog in Mums and Dads though?
No.
Yeah, you said
No,
something
I
along
didn't
those
say
lines
that.
a few
I
weeks
didn't
ago.
say
Mums and dads. What's that?
I didn't know what it was either. It's a game he played in school.
You know, like when you're gay when you're 12.
Yeah.
No, like
obviously.
before that.
Yeah.
Like at break time, you get forced to play Mums and Dads or Doctors or something.
At 12.
Not at 12. You know, before you start playing football. I mean,
Okay, like 6. Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
12 was a hyperbole. I promise.
And you were the dog in this situation.
I wasn't the dog, but Aidan has decided that I was the dog. Anyway, you'll never guess what event organizer Jeremy Smith's job is. Normally, he builds military equipment for the UK government.
That's a sad indictment, isn't it?
That's
So strange.
That's who's got
this
the
guy's
codes.
building the missiles.
Yeah.
He's building the missiles, and he's at the Fur Fest. This is what he does in his time off.
Yeah.
He builds weapons of mass destruction, and then he goes to the Furry Festival. That's crazy.
It goes
He's
to
wearing
show.
that at work.
He's
That
the
tail, that
organizer.
tail could easily hit a button or trigger something.
Dangerous,
Or,
yeah.
very
Yeah,
dangerous.
launch the nukes.
Yeah.
Just snouts the button. yeah. That's crazy.
Do they use litter trays?
I don't think that they like live like an animal. They don't just eat kibble, right?
But
don't
whenever they're
think
in
so.
character, surely they want the full experience. If I was going to be a fairy, I'd be shitting in a litter tray.
And do they have sex in costume?
Surely not, because that's just derfing, isn't it?
What's derfing?
Derfing is like Mormon, you dry humping.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And there's derfing, there's soaking, and then
Yeah.
there's someone has to jump on your bed to generate the movement, so it's not.
That's
against-
soaking, right?
Yeah, so you whack it in there,
And
but
they
you
move
can't
you.
thrust because that's against the
Obviously,
rules.
yeah.
I imagine maybe they've got like a flap or something that they can release.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which side?
both sides.
Both sides.
I don't know what these fuckers are into.
Yeah, that's true.
It's crazy that was in Glasgow, though, because you think of Glaswegians as being, like, hard people.
Yeah.
Someone's.
I'm sure a lot of them were hard at the convention as well. Just not in that way. Yeah, weird.
Okay, let's move on to our next story then. And Al, what's the most expensive thing you've ever lost, do you think?
I've ever lost.
Brand new iPod Touch for me.
Really?
Ooh.
Somewhere in the sea.
I think I don't really lose. I'm a very neurotic person, so I'm constantly tapping my
Right,
pockets
yeah.
every 3 minutes or so. So
Okay.
I think I've lost anything of
Really?
any value, really. Yeah.
In the last week alone, I've lost a ring, a pair of shades, and a shirt. Who loses a shirt?
Why the
I
fuck was it off?
wearing it. We went on a night out in Newcastle, and then I just didn't have it anymore.
Yeah.
It's a strange one. Did you go back to someone's house?
No.
Right. That almost seems impossible.
Yeah, I know.
Did you use it as like a bartering tool with someone? Like,
I-
I give shirt,
Thing
you
is,
give.
I just don't remember.
Yeah.
I was hungover for 2 days afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Who loses a fucking shirt? Aidan, yours?
I lost a brand new Samsung Galaxy S20 that I'd saved for with my Tesco money for like a year.
Oh.
First night out, I used to always go to a nightclub for an hour and then go get a Chinese, then go back to the nightclub before going home and grabbing a Chinese for the way back. But the first Chinese, I set my phone on the till after paying for it, and then it just disappeared. And I basically strip searched this homeless fella that just happened to be in at the same time, thinking he took it, and it wasn't him in the end up.
I reckon
Yeah.
that thing's in the fryer.
Yeah.
I reckon you just nudged it straight into the wok, mate.
I was convinced as well that the
What would
Chinese
be
people
your-
behind the till took it.
What would be your mid and post Chinese order?
Both the same.
Yeah.
I would have got chicken fried rice, curry sauce, maybe a portion of noodles, some ribs, and
Yeah.
then same again.
You guys operate so differently to me. I couldn't imagine doing that on a night. I don't eat on a night out because you're going to consume so many liquid calories. Anyway.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as I have a pint, I want a Chinese. Like last night, I went out for like 3 pints after work, and I was like, right, well, it means I have to get a Chinese now.
Yeah.
Would you be like on the pull after the first Chinese?
I was never on the pull.
Oh, neither.
on a
Have
night
you
out.
ever? Yeah.
ever.
Well,
I just went make a prick of myself in the dance
This
floor.
guy was
Chinese.
a cougar hunter though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhat.
They sort of they sort him out
Yeah.
in a
yeah,
way.
but it's because
I reckon at that convention, all the
I was gonna
cougars
say,
would be
yeah.
on TV as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's because like I look your age.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I did even when I was 18.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to this story now. So a man in Wales believed he accidentally lost a Bitcoin fortune in a council rubbish tip, claiming his ex-girlfriend threw out a hard drive containing thousands of Bitcoin in 2013. So 39-year-old James Howell said the Bitcoin, in his estimation, is worth more than £600 million. And he's been trying to recover them for years. But now it's really getting down to the wire because the council are going to close and cap it, basically, in the 2025-26 council season, which spells the end of hopes to basically recover them. So in order to try and get it back, he filed a legal case to force the council to allow him to search the landfill or give him £495 million in public money as compensation. They dismissed that case.
Yeah.
But now he's cooked up a better plan. He's going to buy the landfill from the council.
Smart move.
So he basically got like investment on board. I don't know if they're dodgy Saudi money doing a bit of trash washing or whatever. But he's discussed the option with investment partners and is very much on the table from their side. Unfortunately, there is a little legal problem is you can't buy a landfill. They're not for sale. So I don't really know what he's going to do. This finds a little. Also, how do you search a landfill?
Yeah.
Where do you even start? Yeah.
I feel like it's a little bit like dropping your phone in the toilet.
Yeah.
Like there is something really valuable in there, but I'm gonna have to wade through a lot of garbage.
So how much money was on the drive?
£600 million.
Oh, that would drive a man mad.
Yeah.
That would drive you insane, right?
I guess so.
It's kind of like though. You ever?
But what if he buys it and it's not there?
Yeah, that is especially COVID. Fucking crypto's been big since like COVID. So chances are she threw it out then. So it's been missing for fucking 4 or 5 years at this stage.
It's been missing since 2013.
2013.
Yeah.
That's never been seen again. It's a bit like you ever perfectly predict 2 or 3 football scores, but you didn't put the bet on,
all the time,
and you just spend the rest of the night thinking.
Yeah. It's always the player. It's always the player that gets booked. I was like, I won't bet tonight. If I was, it would be Casemiro and Bruno Guimaraes, and then it happens, and
you
it's
can't be beating yourself up like that. Money's gone, and you just get it out of your
The
head.
fact that your ex did it as well. It's such a stick.
Yeah.
My girlfriend once threw out all of the guards of my razor, which was the most annoying one of all time. So I can kind of feel this fella's pain.
Yeah, that's
pretty much the same thing, really.
Exactly the same value as this. Yeah. But like, can you even get it back? Surely, if it's been in a landfill for 15 years,
what's the chances of it even working as well? If I did find it,
I know.
I remember back in like 2011-12, my older brother came down to the kitchen and asked my dad for £100 to invest in crypto, and he just looked at him as if he was like a huge nerd and told him to go back to bed.
Yeah.
And could have fucking made millions.
Laughed in his face.
Don't get me wrong. If it had got to £150, my dad would have cashed out. He wouldn't have held it.
Yeah, that's true. And then he would have gone down the pub and spent it that night.
Have you guys crypto bros? Did you get involved in that when it was big?
I'm not a crypto bro, really. But I do have some.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like a crypto bro is more of a lifestyle than actually owning
It is,
crypto.
yeah.
Because you have to tell people about it.
Yeah, of course.
Otherwise, you can't be.
There's plenty of crypto bros that don't even have a Binance account.
Yeah.
It's like crypto bros is like the running people. You're not a runner unless people know.
You're wearing all the garb.
You can't just run by yourself and not tell anyone.
Yeah.
That's just against the rules.
I made like £800 on Dogecoin whenever it first came out, and just never looked back. Never bothered with it again.
Yeah.
What about you?
I lost a lot of money in crypto.
Did you?
I did. I'm not willing to publicly say how much,
Really?
like a substantial amount of money.
Are you willing to say
I'll
off
tell
the
you
record?
why. So my cousin, I'll tell you off the record. Yeah. Does that mean I just tell you and you just don't tell anyone? How does that
You
work?
tell us and we
Yeah.
cut it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So my cousin has always worked in like stocks and whatever.
Right.
And he was making like a lot of money at the time. I think when you kind of hear anecdotally like, oh, it's really worth doing, you're like, yeah, whatever. But when you can actually when you can see the money, like he went from like a 3-bed house to like a 5-bed house. My auntie bought a car. Like you can see it. And I was like, well, I'm not going to go mad here. If I just bought enough that I could like make, I don't know, a couple of grand a month, quit my job and just do comedy full time, whatever. Yeah. So I basically got to the point where like I was just about to be able to start really taking money from it. And then Ukraine, Russia happened. It all went to shit. I lost every single penny I put into it. And yes, not good.
Can I ask
I
what
would
your
do it
thoughts
again.
are on Putin?
I thought so on Putin. He owes me 10.
He owes you an undisclosed amount of money.
He owes me, some money, yeah.
I thought when you started that story, you were involved in the BitConnect pyramid scheme, which is one of my favourites. I like that. I like the fact. I think that like makes me like it a bit more. That 1 in 3 is definitely a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like I'm walking through the DMZ.
Yeah.
And like I could step on a minefield at any point, and that's quite exciting.
Yeah. It's because I'd always go on the Reddit thread for this particular coin that I had, and like every 5th comment would be like, "Guys, this is a Ponzi scheme." And
Right,
I'm like, it's a lot of people saying that, but it feels like it's not.
Was it a proper shit coin as well?
No, it was like fairly common.
Okay.
But also, whenever I'd have to like move money from my Barclays account to my like crypto account, they would then automatically call you. I don't know if you have this. They would call you and be like, "Hey, legally, we have to call you just to be like, do you know what you're doing?" I'd always be like, "Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Like, omit me again." But like, they knew to call me, and that was they should have listened to them.
Yeah.
Yes, difficult time.
There was someone where I'm from who started doing crypto over COVID, and they made like $1,000 on it, and then started selling courses on how to like make money on it.
I'm so good at making money off crypto. Instead of doing that, I'm going to sell you a course to tell you how to do it.
Within a year, he lost all his money, and he had to move back in with his parents after like advertising himself as this crypto master.
A local judge says there's no way you can buy a landfill, and that's gone forever. Right, let's move on to Italy news now.
Okay.
Al, what's your typical? What do you think of a typical stereotype of an Italian person?
I think of someone who's older,
Yeah.
a lot older. You know those pictures you see in Cafe Nero?
Those people.
That's what I think of. I think of two sort
They
of.
try to convince you it's a family-run business.
Yeah, no, is it not? No.
No.
It's kind of like a portly old boy.
Right.
He's drinking an espresso. He's smoking a cigarette, and he's sort of looking out at the world, thinking everything's good.
It's not doing much, sitting around.
Sitting around, yeah. Lazy. There are lazy people.
Lazy people.
No, I'm
That's
definitely joking about that, obviously.
very lazy people. Well, that might be proven to be true, as a hospital employee in Italy has been accused of skipping work on full pay for 15 years. So basically, the man is alleged to have stopped turning up to work at a hospital in Catanzaro in 2005. Reportedly, he collected €538,000 in total over the years he didn't go to his job.
Yikes.
So he just was collecting that, just picking that up.
Yeah.
Basically, what happened is he was a civil servant who got employed in a admin role in this hospital, basically.
Okay, he wasn't like a surgeon or something.
Because that would be a real issue.
I think you'd notice he was.
Yeah.
Especially over COVID and
Yeah.
Italy. They got fucking shafted. Surely they'd be looking at all their stuff.
And then, well, even so, he was still on the payroll and they didn't notice.
Yeah.
So he went in there and he started skipping work, just full absenteeism.
Yeah.
And then he threatened his manager to stop her from filing absentee reports against him. That manager then retired, and his absence was never noticed by the new manager or the human resources department in all of 15 years.
It's a testament to how
Dream.
little-
No,
That is
honestly,
the dream.
honestly,
Yeah.
mad respect.
Yeah, completely. Yeah. I can think of nothing better in life than
How little was he doing beforehand that they
Yeah,
didn't notice
yeah.
him missing for
What is
15
a?
years?
I'm going to show my stupidity here.
Yeah.
I think I missed the lesson on like what is a civil servant.
Civil servant.
I don't
Yeah,
like-
they're a government employee.
Right.
So like usually their jobs are very safe.
Yeah.
Because the government, unlike businesses, it doesn't have to be efficient and make a profit. It
Right.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter, right?
Mhm.
So those jobs are like very safe. It's people who work in the offices for, the
councils and stuff.
the council,
Right.
or like the highway police.
Okay.
All those
very like clerical,
Clerical,
boring, like.
organising things that governments do, basically.
Okay, cool. Good to
And
know.
in other countries, it's a lot bigger. Like in France, not most people, but a lot of people are state employed, whereas in our country, it's not quite as big.
Yeah.
But in those European countries, it's big and like it's expensive. And, there's just loads of people doing nothing, basically, as you might imagine, like this guy.
I think that's actually more attractive than winning the lottery, that situation, personally. Because it's like, if you win 10 million on the lottery, say, it's
Yeah.
like, there's a lot of pressure with that amount of money. How do you spend it? Your friends look at you differently, yada, yada. But just getting the money you should have been getting anyway,
Without
no one
doing
knows
anything.
you're getting it apart
Yeah.
from you, and you can do nothing.
I
is
think that's
so
what you
good.
wanted from your crypto, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's exactly what I was hoping for, the rug pull, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I was really like sticking it to the system by
Yeah.
choosing to take all my shits and company time,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
nothing compared to this fella.
Yeah.
Mate, stealing pens makes me feel good.
Mm.
This is next level. And I work for myself, so I'm only stealing from me.
yourself.
I'm only stealing from me. Yeah. The Rufus Rice Christmas party is poor.
Yeah.
It's
just you.
It's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna hire I put out a hiring call for a PA that I could sort of have an inappropriate workplace relationship.
Yeah, it's
with.
nice to have.
But nobody came back. Only men.
Yeah.
I thought that was my role.
I was going to say, what's your role here? Yeah.
Oh, do you want a promotion?
I thought that was already.
No,
what it
now
was.
no you. No,
Shall I go and you can?
Now you're a fluffer at the moment. You don't do any administrative work. You just wank me off.
How do I climb that ladder?
Hmm?
How do I climb that
Actually, I
ladder?
don't really trust you with the emails.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I trust you.
Just the wanking.
You're a man with physical skills. You know.
I'll take that.
Turn up next week in the furry outfit and see how that goes.
Yeah. Thing is, we have worn some pretty ridiculous outfits on this show.
Yeah.
So maybe we should get a sort of get up together.
Yeah.
I've stopped wearing the hat, so I might put it back on.
Oh,
I
nice.
didn't really commit to the hat. Sorry, I kind
No,
of
it's
I bought it in and I was like, oh, and then put it down,
That's
and then
okay. Yeah. I see you're also wearing everybody's favorite 60s TV show, The Sopranos.
Yes.
On your yeah. One of my favorite.
It's not a TV show. It's a documentary.
What are you on about?
It's a documentary.
What do you mean?
It's a documentary. That's all that shit's real. It's going on right now.
What, the mafia?
Yeah.
Are you trying to do like a bit or something?
No, it's genuine.
What are you,
No, I'm taking the piss.
what are you doing? That was such a flop. Okay, let's move on to our sports segment now. Snatch of the day. And it's bad news for Irish sport, as a promising young player was turkey slapped with the double whammy of a red card and a fine after a disciplinary issue in the first minute of a league game in the 7th tier of Irish football, so one of the best leagues. National prospect and potential future Ballon d'Or winner Jack Young was sent off immediately in a local derby with another team for urinating on the side of the pitch. Apparently, getting your Corey out and hydrating the grass is a bookable offence. And they charged him €50. Fine. Yeah. I used to do this all the time. I don't know what level of football you get to where this
Becomes unacceptable.
Stops being fine. Because school matches, you definitely go for a piss in the bushes every time.
The team I used to play for back in Ireland, our captain would be taking the warm up and like mid hamstring stretch would just let his cock out the side of his shorts and have a piss as he was giving us the team talk. And they're never.
Wait, the coach?
No, the captain.
Oh, the captain.
Yeah, and there was never a fine. Like most of the pitches back there don't even have changing rooms. Never mind toilets. So where else are you going to piss? Maybe it's once the whistle blows.
I don't think you'd be able to do that because we used to have a girl in our team.
Yeah, well that didn't happen back in Ireland.
We're a small school.
Yeah.
Our 12th man had a broken arm.
I'm surprised it doesn't happen more in the Premier League though. Like I think because there's the famous Gary Lineker
Shitting himself.
obviously.
Yeah.
And there was the Eric Dyer one a few years ago where he was like, I have to go. He ran off, had a shit and came back. Right?
Jason Punchin went for a shit.
Really?
Do you remember that chant?
Yeah.
He went for a shit.
Uh-huh.
He went for a shit.
I saw a video recently of Mickey van der Ven, someone's like, he moves his shorts and something falls out like a bit of shit. I think this has kind of gone under the radar though.
Him playing for Spurs as well with the white shorts wouldn't be great.
Yeah, it wasn't.
No
It looked really
kit.
bad. But yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't happen more because
If you need to go, you need to
you
go.
gotta go. And it's a very nerve-wracking profession. I mean, I always, before going on stage, will need some kind of...
Pre-show poo?
Yeah, always. Yeah.
Have you recently shot yourself?
You know what? Not in the last calendar year, but the preceding calendar year, it happened twice in 1 year.
Whoa.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
Good
We're
numbers.
still averaging one a year.
So yeah. Big year ahead.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And I had to say, and you'd think, oh yeah, he was
Ill,
not ill,
right?
not on drugs, and not drunk. Either time.
Stone cold.
Stone cold sober. Just
in your house?
No,
it's
one
less
was,
forgivable in your own house.
Yeah.
No, both were out in public. One was I went to a restaurant. I was living in Northampton at the time, weirdly, with my girlfriend and my friend, and we went to a big American barbecue style restaurant, a lot of rich food.
Yeah.
I think I have a bad liver, maybe, not sure. Anyway,
Right.
jury's out on that one. And yeah, had a lot of food. Got to the end of my road, and I was like, "Oh, I need to go. I need to go. Go." And then just when you're stressed, and just the key in the door, and you can't get in, and then the key was just about to get in the door, and then just release.
Oh, so you were being teased by the prospect of being able to.
Yeah,
not
it's obviously
shit
the
yourself.
old adage of you see your toilet and your whole body relaxes, we're almost home, relax now.
right.
Relax too much, and yeah,
Nice.
Really
So
bad.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Like, was it more of a shart? Did a bit come out, or was it?
Yeah, no. I think
Do you normally
that's-
get asked these questions on stuff?
No, but happy to answer them. I think that's the nature of needing to go when it's like that. Is that it is kind of liquidy, right? It's never like, because if it was like
true.
a solid thing, you could tense enough.
Because I was about to ask, if you shit yourself, do you just commit to it and just let it all go?
Yeah,
Because you're already sitting in your shit.
yeah.
I don't really know, to be honest. I'm almost 3 years clean.
Yeah.
3 years off
Okay.
it?
Yeah.
Charters Anonymous.
Talk to me.
It's a 12-step program.
My friend, when we were younger, he sharted himself whilst he was rollerblading, which is
Oh, that's one of the-
really funny.
I think on a horse is terrible.
Yeah.
On a chairlift skiing is really bad. I did that once when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because you have to sit on it the whole way up, so that's pretty nasty. But rollerblading is pretty bad.
Yeah, really bad.
I can imagine it sort of collecting in the rollerblades.
I think he sort of like farted as a joke and then just followed through. And like, do you know something is so like immortally funny? You just like lose all control of like every function. I was like crying on the floor. I was calling all my friends, being like, "He's just oh my god, it's so funny."
That would be. That's one
Oh,
of
it's
the funniest
amazing.
things.
When you're like 16 as well, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
so good, so good.
Just picturing like a trail of shit following him.
Yeah, it essentially was that. Yeah, and I think
So
even
nasty.
more lame was that we used to blade around the block. He was a big ice hockey fan, so he had an ice hockey stick and a tennis ball
Yeah.
in hand when he shot himself. So really, really embarrassing. Are you have you done it in public before?
Not in public. I was saying just in the last episode, I sharted in a GTA race lobby one time where I just thought it'd be funny to fart into the microphone whenever I was in the party with my friends. And instantly I was like, right, you're going to have to do this race without me because I have soiled myself.
I'm 3 years. I went on a. It was known as the Mediterranean Minge Fest. This trip.
Yeah.
I went on 10 days of. You know, for some reason, everybody does it when they go on holiday to Spain. Like, you only consume Lays
Yeah,
for like 5 days in a row.
yeah.
And like Estrella or something.
Fanta lemon and yeah.
Fanta lemon, vodka, and Lays is
Yeah.
basically all your diet. And I was like, how are Spanish people still alive if they're eating this shit? But basically, it was after one of those. Once again, in the broad light of day, stone cold sober, hung over a bit actually.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting on the sofa,
Mm.
and I had to jump up because I didn't want it to penetrate the fibers of the Airbnb. You know, like once it's got through that initial layer, I had to throw away those shorts. I miss those pink shorts. Wish they come back.
I've had a few close calls, but that GTA incident was like 8 years ago, so
Yeah.
I'm clean a good few years too.
Oh, that's good to know.
Anyway, this Irish football team,
Sorry, I derailed that massively. Yeah.
they've obviously they're short of money
Yeah.
because they brought in Neymar on loan. They've appealed to their fans and started a GoFundMe called "Match the Fine for Jack's Crime." So the €50 fine. This is in the description. Help payers fine to stand for justice for players that need to go. They hit their goal and they raised €120. So they actually
Fuck me.
profited.
They've enough for another piss and a half.
Yeah,
Is that still open? That GoFundMe?
It is.
donate a bit. Are you actually? Nah, come on.
Let me have a look. I might commit live on this show to give £5.
Stand up against tyranny.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Let me see if I can find the link for you.
Yeah, do it.
Don't you dare put any of the show budget into that budget.
What show budget?
Yeah, match the 120 euros raised. It's about to be 125.
We've got a high roller
I'm
in.
gonna do it.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, let's do it. Don't display my name publicly on the fundraiser. Yeah. I'm not doing it for the plaudits. I'm doing it because it's right, you know.
doing it for justice.
Donate with Apple Pay. Jack, mate. Oh, sorry, it's happening. Yeah. Double click to pay. Yeah. Processing payment. Jack, that's for you, mate. Enjoy that. Hey,
Philanthropy.
hey,
He's a
hey!
good
Look,
bloke.
hey,
He's a
it's
good
the
bloke.
right thing to do.
He's just given a
Yeah,
fiver
yeah,
to a random
yeah.
Irish teenager.
Yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Cheers for that.
Have one on me. You know, yeah.
That is so. That is the first bit of charity in the history of this podcast, because usually we donate to organisations polluting the world. I'm a big BP shareholder. I don't know. What's that charity you
I just
donate
don't
to?
really believe in charity at all.
Yeah.
What is it?
Although that's brought back
Hit the dolphins with a golf club. What is that? What's that?
with a hurl.
Oh yeah. Dolphin hurling. That's your people. Yeah. So there we go. It looks like we're rebalancing the sort of cosmic.
Yeah, the karmic.
scales.
Yeah. I'm trying to undo all the hurt you've done in the world with this podcast.
That is such a. I can't think of a less deserving charity than that.
Do you often donate to charities?
No, just thinking. This is it. I'm just thinking of all the GoFundMe's about like, oh my god, she's ill. Well, I'm not related to that. Yeah.
Fucker. Yeah.
There's some child out there that's £5 away from like a life-saving treatment. And you're paying for this fucker's piss.
They've already got the money. Just giving them money for nothing.
That's going in their night out kitty.
That is definitely being spent on drugs.
So yeah, enjoy it, Jack. You deserve it.
Have a sniff on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have enough to buy a quarter of a football now for their next training session.
Yeah. So there we go. They've hit their goal and raised €125 total as of today. All right, let's move on to our audience interaction segment now. This is questionable. We asked you the question, who/what is your weird crush? Weirder the better. And these are your best answers. Firstly, my weirdest crush was on animals. Not like going to the zoo and busting one out over chimps and stuff.
Good to clarify. Yeah.
It was cartoon big cats. So Nala from the Lion King, she was number one. I used to picture myself marrying them and erotically kissing them and making love. I suddenly became hooked on the idea from the age of 16 and couldn't stop Googling images of big cats. Now, at the age of 22, he's in the same year as me, man. I've realised this is not right. My cat won't come near me at home. I think it knows what I used to do. She's scared, and rightly so. It was a fucked up period of my life, but I can happily say now I can look at cartoon big cats without getting a raging hard on.
It's a happy ending at least.
Good to know you got through, man.
Yeah.
Big Cat Anonymous got through the program. Next one, Rachel Reeves. She can set my budget any day. I drag my balls through broken glass for her. Ibiza raver, ultimate MILF. So,
Agree.
do you agree?
Yeah, I
do. You
do.
actually agree?
Yeah, I do. And weirdly, I was trying to think of my my weird crushes and
Yeah.
like guilty pleasures. I think the term guilty pleasure is often misused, right?
For things that you should have no guilt about.
Well, it's more just like, oh, what's your guilty pleasure? And it's like, oh, it's like Dancing Queen by ABBA. It's like, well, a song that everyone fucking loves.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
great song. It's
Yeah.
like, what are you actually ashamed of?
Yeah.
So like,
Occasionally I kill.
yeah. But in terms of crushes, like Priti Patel.
Yeah.
And by extension,
Is
like,
it guilty because she's a bit of a bastard?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
right.
she's a bad person.
Yeah.
You know who she is, yeah?
Yeah. It would be like me liking Maggie Thatcher.
Yeah.
Which you secretly sort of do.
Please never say that again. not on air.
Can't hide from the allegation.
Yeah, I wouldn't be allowed back home.
No, that's true. Yeah.
My
It
one
is usually
was.
cartoons, though, isn't it?
A lot of people seem to be.
For yourself.
No, but I think if you ask, I reposted your post saying you're looking for weird crushes, and
Yeah.
I would say most of the responses I got were cartoon.
Mine was Kim Woodburn from How Clean Is Your House.
Oh, that's.
We've been over this before, but there is a.
That's an energy thing, though. I think. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
'Cause
Rufus
I had a
claimed the
similar
same.
one. That is. Do you ever watch the film Holes?
Yeah,
holes.
with Stanley Yelnats.
Stanley Yelnats, yeah. So Sigourney Weaver as the warden in Holes. Always
I'm
rev
gonna-
my end.
That's not strange at all.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna need you to look that one up for me.
Yeah.
While I tell you that I just don't think this is weird. But you know, Kirsty and Phil.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see it.
Source me a house.
Yeah.
Come on,
For God's
Kirsty,
sake, yeah. Let's go inside and.
I wanted to see Kirsty and Phil get at it like dogs. Personally,
Yeah.
but they
And
never
then-
did that in the show.
Not in the show, but
No.
you know off air they were going. At
It's
it.
so flirty.
Yeah.
It's like Hollywood and Mary Berry going at it.
Yeah.
That's not.
Oh yes.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't think
Yeah.
you have anything to be guilty over though.
No,
It's like
She
the
is
whole Dancing
ginger.
Queen
She
thing.
is ginger.
she's ginger, but it's the energy. It's the like, excuse me, and like the kind of hard nose.
So many holes for her.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have any garden left.
It'd just be one big hole.
Yeah, they'd all joined up in the middle.
Can I tell you my cartoon one?
Yeah.
If you Google Sylvia Marpole. So this is Goofy's love interest from an extremely goofy movie, which is the second in the series. She's like a sex.
Is she a dog?
So she's kind of a dog person. Which, firstly, look at that, those siren eyes. And now if you can get one of her in the garb with the go right here, yeah. Come on.
She looks like if Daphne was a dog.
I was about
Yeah.
to say
Yeah.
Daphne.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
But
Daphne's
that's
a
where I kind of like I draw the line at that. Like, that's about as far as I go. But when it's like, oh, it's the dog. Like, I really fancy like Nala or like
Yeah.
the dog from something.
Well, a girl I dated once said she likes, the Robin Hood that's a fox.
But he's an anthropomorphized fox, right?
Right, so,
So
yeah.
that to me is fine.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
think we are not judgmental enough of these people who are like, it's the dog from Lady and the Tramp, and it's like that is still a dog.
yeah.
Just because it's
Yeah.
tall.
I've always fancied the teapot from Beauty and the Beast.
See, that's different.
I want to see what she can fit in that spout.
She is a curvy bitch as well.
Yeah.
yeah. She's all curved. There's nothing else with her.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, next one. The yellow Teletubby. Clearly, you don't have enough of a crush to remember the name of the
Lala.
Lala.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the only one that's definitely a woman, in my opinion.
Yeah, Poe's kind of gender neutral, right?
Poe's the sort of, I can't decide.
Tinky Winky's a guy, obviously.
Got to be.
He's a
And
man's
Tinky,
man.
And then Tinky Winky.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Dipsy, gay guy.
I mean, Tinky Winky is the guy who carries the handbag, right? Which is, kind of fruity.
Oh,
I
I don't
suppose.
know. I don't know about the handbag.
I didn't know
Yeah,
the
he's a
Teletubbies had
handbag
accessories.
If we bring it up on the screen, we've already get a bit more.
I'd love to cover.
Tinky Winky
I'd love
it?
to cover Lala and Tubby Custard.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh, Tinky
Yeah.
Winky is gay.
Yeah,
Or a woman.
Or a woman, yeah.
I feel like he's masculine though.
Yeah, he carries it well. He's like a metrosexual, the modern man.
Yeah, it's like David Beckham.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, who would you most like to shag out, the Teletubbies or the baby in the sun? That's an option. You don't have to pick it.
Yeah, I'm not picking that.
Okay, right.
Was there a Hoover?
Yeah, Nunu.
I'll take Nunu.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Next one, Fiona Bruce from Antiques Roadshow. Classic. Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
I like on Antiques Roadshow. And if you're an American and you don't know what Antiques Roadshow is, it's a program where old people with nothing better to do bring some dusty old shit to a National Trust property and then find out it's worth nothing. They get experts to value it, and you can tell that everyone who goes on it is always so expectant that they've got an antique that's worth about, it's worth £1 million or something, and then it turns out that it's appreciated in value by 20 quid in 48 years.
And it's almost always like Nazi memorabilia, right?
yeah.
I saw one a few weeks ago. It was like, this has belonged to my grandfather, and it's a logbook of all the men that he killed in the war. And everyone was like, wow. It's like, we are talking about a guy who's murdered like 40 people here. And everyone just seemed very like, oh, yes, very good, yes.
It's interesting you talk about war because I posted a story that was making fun of World War I veterans, sort of. I just said, it's sad that you died in the war. You would have loved Gunner. And and then I got people calling me like bastard and stuff in DMs. But I don't know, like, when is it long enough ago that you can make jokes about that war? Because no one is around from that war anymore. It was over 100 years ago, the First World War. So when's the statute of limitations? Because it's funny talking about people who died in like the plague.
I'd say like a fortnight. After that, you're fine. It's fair game.
Well, clearly not, because I got in some hot water with some serious.
The one thing I hate though is whenever they just don't like you taking the piss out of something that applies to them, but they'll still mug off everything else.
Yeah, like that German guy, because we made fun of Nicholas Fulkrug for looking like a Nazi. And
Yeah.
they're so tasteless. I can't believe there's so many better ways to make fun of Nicholas Fulkrug. So yeah.
I also said he looks like he eats children, but he had no issue with that. It was more so just the fact that German guy's a Nazi.
Yeah, classic. Next one is Maggie Thatcher. Can't tell me the Iron Lady didn't have an iron grip. Yeah. Can't argue with that. Next one, Tom Jones is from a 33-year-old woman.
Yeah.
She said, I'm 33, don't argue with it.
Yeah.
Women fucking love Tom Jones.
But he's like 133, so surely you can
He's
argue.
an old boy,
He's
yeah.
an ancient fuck, this guy. Yeah.
I'm convinced he just lives in that chair in The Voice now. I don't think he doesn't move outside of
Never
that.
seen him move.
Yeah.
He's made one of the worst songs of all time. You know that one that goes...
Don't say it's not unusual. We're going to fall out.
No, not that one. You know that one
Sex
that goes,
bomb.
Sex bomb.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, what's
whoa.
the new Pussycat?
What
Yeah.
new Pussycat? You know that one.
that's
That's
shit.
one of the all-time worst, don't you think?
I don't
It's
like
not
Sex
great.
Bomb either.
I don't really...
Sex Bomb's uncomfortable. He was like slightly too old when that came out, right?
Yeah.
He must have been in his 50s when he sang that, surely.
It's
Sex
not
Bomb
on
was
you-
like early 2000s,
It might have been, yeah.
right?
It's not unusual as a classic, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Carlton fucking dancing in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to that.
Next one, young Joseph Stalin. Classic. He's really handsome as a young guy, Joseph Stalin.
Can you bring that up?
Yeah.
Just to verify?
Of course. He is a proper mogger.
I can imagine it.
It's before... I mean, obviously he's short, but yeah. He was
Wow.
He was a proper
Yeah.
mogger, yeah.
He's a proper what?
He's a mogger.
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 Yeah.
I thought you said mong.
No. I wasn't using some kind of slur. It's funny. I met some Australians and they asked me if minger was a slur, and I was like,
It was when we were like
because
10.
they thought it had some other sort of connotations,
Yeah.
like similar words.
It's like Americans with nonce.
Yeah,
As
right.
before, that Americans always be like, I've heard it from a few Americans, but I thought it was like pal. It's like, oh, this Nancy guy. It's like, that guy is such a nonce. It's like,
Well, like, it's a good thing.
yeah, like it's like, oh, you
Yeah.
idiot. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
they thought minger was like a really horrible slur against
Yeah.
some kind of community,
Oh.
like some other words with a similar format.
Yeah.
And they were like, can we say? I was like,
Hey, God.
Why is it that Americans get so offended by the C word?
I think it just sounds awful in an American accent.
Mm.
Mm.
They
I
treat it.
always think fuck off sounds bad in American accent as well.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Whereas like English, like fuck off.
Yeah,
we
right.
hit the and the more than they.
Yeah.
More power.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Americans are silly.
Whereas
They know.
fuck you in American sounds
Yeah.
way cooler than in British.
Go on then.
In British. Oh fuck you. Versus like, oh fuck you.
yeah,
So
right, yeah.
so embarrassing.
That's quite a good observation.
Yeah, well,
I
yeah.
think it's also how we use fuck off over here, because you tell us like you just won the lottery and be like fuck off.
Fuck off, yeah.
But if they're using it, it's with vitriol
Yeah.
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time.
Okay, next one. The Microsoft Office paperclip. A prominent figure throughout my teen
Sorry,
years.
I forgot we were talking about crushes.
Yeah.
I thought this was a new story. Sorry. Yeah, go on.
Flicking between homework and porn on the family computer, that paperclip would always be watching me. I'm too young for the clippy, I think.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are fuck me eyes.
Yeah. Him popping up like, you haven't come yet. Should I change the video?
I like that he's stated that like flicking between homework and porn on the family computer is a normal thing. Like bit of homework, bit of porn.
Yeah.
Back to the homework.
Yeah.
There was a stage though where like you grew up with at least a DS with an internet browser or a Kindle.
Yeah.
There was a stage where people only had the desktop though, so maybe that was more normal back then.
I missed that era.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, laptops were in by then.
Have you ever had a wank on a PC? Not over it, but using one.
Using a desktop computer?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have.
Yeah, I have too.
I'm old. I'm older. Wait, what's your excuse?
I'm only 24, but
Yeah.
still.
But
No, I'm 25 now, I think.
Are you sure?
Just double checking.
But Ireland obviously is technologically quite
Yeah,
behind,
defunct. Yeah.
yeah.
So using some obsolete
So
stuff.
he'd go and use the one town computer.
The library.
I'm having fucking analog wanks in 2025.
He still buys porn mag. But
Those people still exist though. Do you know what I mean? That would
What,
be like,
people-
I'll have some Rizzler, some fruit pastels, and
FHM.
yeah, I'll get one of their Paul Max.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do they still make that? They must do.
I don't know.
Or is that-
I know bought one. I like they don't, I think they stopped making them when I was old enough to buy them.
Yeah, must have done.
Must.
My uncle fucking collected them, and they'd just be down the side of his bed. And I remember it was whenever like I first seen tits,
Yeah.
where I was helping him get something, and I just found a nuts magazine with like this busty blonde woman in the early 2000s flashing everything.
There are certain misogynistic things like that you sort of like you can look back wistfully on. So my cousin, for example, the one who lost me that much money in crypto, used to have a big poster of just two women topless kissing.
But that
Just in his room. And that was normal.
That was tasteful at the time.
It was.
Yeah.
And I'd look upon that as a 9-year-old and be like, I love that. Wow.
Can't wait to.
I don't
have my
understand this.
But it's
whatsoever,
still like
but
that.
it's-
Like I done like an apprenticeship working in a shed where these boys were fitting kitchens, and in their break room, this is like 2016. They just had those calendars with just women with their tits out,
2016.
like, licking like a cordless drill.
God.
See, that's. I think in that scenario, that's probably okay. That's like when I did a gig in Leeds at a rugby club in Leeds, and it's the first time I've ever had dinner served to me by a stripper.
Oh.
And I was like, wow, I was not prepared for this. Because also, that's at 7:30 p.m. and you went stripper early.
Yeah.
Like, where are we going to take it from here?
Yeah.
And it's pretty rough for one guy because his dad's the coach. So seeing your own dad chatting up a stripper is pretty low.
Yeah.
At dinner time, round the table.
I've been to like a burlesque dinner like that where they all wear lingerie and it's like no one's winning because I obviously feel too awkward to even look, so I'm not enjoying this.
The thing
You're
is,
not-
they did not have that problem.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. The under 15s were loving it. The
okay,
Colts,
like-
yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
Like-
At the rugby club, was it women in lingerie or men?
It was just women naked. Just,
Oh right, okay.
just naked,
okay.
not even in lingerie.
Mm.
I did not sign up for this,
Yeah.
by the way. I got booked to do this. Right, and the last one, Dora the Explorer.
That's crazy.
It is.
That's
That is a
crazy.
child.
That is a child, famously.
I guess you made the argument like, oh, I was a child at the time as well, but like,
Still.
I'd rather shag the map.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What about that sneaky fox?
That's sneaky.
What's he up to?
That would be my persona. I'd be swiper.
Swiper.
Swiper, no swiping, mate. I'd be going around nicking things from the convention. That would be good shit. Yeah. Let's move on to our game segment, Gamey Schumer now, and we're bringing back a stone cold classic. It's Sodium Carousel. Now, some of you who might have started watching after the last time we played this game may not know the rules, but that is okay. It's a game of categories. We're going to go around naming things in a certain category. It's easy. It's simple. That's not really the point of the game. The point is that every time after you name something, you got to put some salt in your mouth. And then you just got to keep it there. And the first person to spit out the salt loses.
Because there's three of us, it's a last man standing type of game.
No. Really?
Yeah. You have to
I thought one loser and two winners.
Nah.
No, I think one winner. Can I just flag something real quickly?
Yeah.
Ingredients wise, I'm seeing the word sodium ferrocyanide.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Right?
Yeah, that's good for you.
Okay.
Yeah, and also actually swallowing this amount of salt can apparently
Do
be
not swallow it.
Yeah.
Just keep it in your mouth
Cool.
and spit it out.
Okay.
Don't eat the salt. Kids, don't eat the salt.
All right.
We settled on a category.
No. It's quite a bad game, actually.
What category are we going for?
Let's go for tennis players. You're so fucked.
I just have to lose in 2 seconds.
Right, let's go for what do you want? Cricket players or snooker players?
Biscuits.
Yeah, biscuits.
Biscuits,
Let's
like
do
that.
biscuits.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like biscuits, Al? Yeah. Stupid question.
I've got a bag of Rockies in my bag.
Oh,
Okay.
caramel or regular?
Just a regular.
Well, why didn't you start us off?
Gonna have to go caramel Rocky then, aren't
Yeah,
I?
caramel rock.
So
Just
I've
salt in
Down
the
the
mouth.
hatch.
Salt in the mouth.
can I control how much? I don't have to go crazy.
Yeah, don't put loads in.
Yeah.
That'd be
So caramel Rocky.
yeah.
Hang on.
Got to get the angle right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Regular Rocky.
Hobnob.
Dark chocolate hobnob.
Caramel hobnob.
Dodger.
Bourbon.
Kimberly Mikado.
Got the cream.
Pink wafer.
Viscount.
Garibaldi.
Nice, or is it niche? I'm not sure how the pronunciation is, but I think it's nice.
Wagon wheel.
Is that a biscuit?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No, I gotta go.
Ginger nut.
Yummy wagon wheel.
If wagon wheel is better than berry biscuit, a jammy wagon wheel is
Controversy.
pushing the boundaries of this game.
Oh my god, my tongue still hurts. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Penguin.
Time out.
Blue riband.
Kick out.
That's not a biscuit.
It's a
Chocolate bar.
That's a chocolate bar.
biscuit bar.
No, shut up. Alright.
A digestive.
Yep, fine.
Rich
What a stupid game.
rich tea biscuit.
Chocolate digestive.
Let me count them.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out, 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 out. You withstood that.
I think I mean, not to figure myself out, I was putting a lot less in than you were, especially you. I think you put more in your first spoon than I did in the whole fucking round. It's insane.
You see that?
Yeah.
You don't get points for how much salt you put in, but it does. You know,
Come on
you
for the
get
culture.
you get cred. Wow.
All the sodium carousel
What a-
diehards is gonna love that.
The first time we played it, we didn't know how it was going to taste. And we were like, wow, this is exciting. And then sometimes we play it, but it's just, even if you win, you lose.
Yeah.
Holes in my
There's
tongue.
no winners in that game.
Well,
Is your tongue burning all?
No, I'm more upset about my lack of biscuit knowledge. I'm quite pissed off at myself. But, yeah.
anyway, thanks so much, Al, for coming on. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a pleasure. It's been a fantastic episode. And make sure you go check him out. Al Nash Comedy, baby. That's what he does. If there's anything you want to plug, feel free to look down the camera with one of your eyes.
One of my eyes, yeah. I'll angle it that way. Just what Rufus said. Al Nash Comedy on Instagram, TikTok.
This guy's got projects coming out the wahoo.
Yeah. Stuff I can't go into right now. But yeah, lots of fun stuff on the horizon.
Under wraps.
So,
It's Area 51 shit.
Yeah.
Are you up for the
please.
Knob Award this year?
No. It's a one and done situation.
better things.
Bigger and better things.
Bigger and
Yeah.
better knobs.
Yeah.
Yep. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, drop us a fat 5-star rating. If you rate us anything less than 5 stars, I will personally hunt you down. I will find you and I will ransom you to your family. And we'll see you again next week. Back to you in your house.
My tongue burns.